If you would like to be able to create stitched jeans text effect using just a single click, check out this video and learn how to make an action that will do it for you. Hello everyone, my name is Marko Kožokar, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make a Photoshop action to create a stitched jeans text effect originally written by Jan Stverak. Before we get started, I would like to introduce you to the Envato Elements. Here you can find thousands of Photoshop actions. You can use them to create various effects. You can also type stitch in the search bar and look for the stitch related Photoshop actions. After you start the Photoshop, press Ctrl N on your keyboard to create a new document. Set the width and height to 1024 pixels and the resolution to 72 pixels per inch. Then go to Filter, Filter Gallery, select the Sketch folder and choose the halftone pattern. Set the size to 2, contrast to 20, and make sure to set the pattern type to dot. Now go to Filter, Pixelate, Mezzotint, and set the type to Fine Dots. Then go to the Filter, Blur, and choose the Motion Blur. Set the angle to -45 degrees and set the distance to 20 pixels. Go to Filter, Noise, Add Noise, set the amount to 10%, distribution to Gaussian, and make sure to check the monochromatic option. Choose OK. Now we are going to add a little bit of a blur, so go to the Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and set the radius to 0.5 pixels. Now we are going to make some levels adjustment. Go to the Layer, New Adjustment Layer, Levels, set the inputs to 21, 0.52, and 199. Then change the outputs to 53 and 163. Select the background layer and go to Edit, Define Pattern. To define this design as a new pattern, name it Denim Texture. Choose OK. Now you can close this file as you won't further need it. Now we are going to set the background and add text. Press Ctrl O on your keyboard and select the background image from the link. Then press Ctrl Alt and I on keyboard to bring up the image size panel. Change the resolution to 72 pixels per inch and set the width to 850 pixels. Choose the horizontal type tool. Set the font to Varsity Theme Bold. Set the font size to 450 and the type JB. You can press Ctrl A on your keyboard to make a selection of the canvas and then choose Align Horizontal and Vertical Centers to center the text with the canvas. Now when we have everything ready, we are going to start recording the action. Go to Window, Actions to bring up the Actions panel. Click on the Create New Set icon to create a new action set and name it the Jeans action. Choose OK and then click on the Create New Action icon to create a new action in the set and name it Start. Choose Record to start recording the action. Right-click on the JB layer in the Layers panel and choose Duplicate Layer. Name this new layer Jeans Base. Now right-click on the Jeans Base layer and choose Duplicate Layer again. Name this new layer Jeans Rim and choose OK. Now we are going to style the Jeans Rim layer. Right-click on this layer and choose Blending Options. Then set the fill opacity to 0%. Now choose the stroke style from here and set the size to 16 pixels. Position to outside and choose OK. Right-click on this layer again and this time choose Convert to Smart Object. Now right-click on the Jeans Rim layer and choose Blending Options again. Select and check the Bevel and Emboss style. And make sure to set the style to Inner Bevel, Technique to Smooth, Depth to 888%, Direction to Down, Size to 2 pixels, Soften to 0 pixels. Uncheck the Use Global Light option and then set the angle to 135 degrees and altitude to 30 degrees. Now set the highlight mode to linear burn and make sure to set the color to black. Then set the opacity to 27%. Set the shadows mode to color dodge. Make sure to set the color to white and set the opacity to 44%. Now check the texture option here. For the pattern, select the denim texture pattern that we defined before. Set the scale to 50% and depth to 95%. Now we are going to add a couple more styles. So select the inner shadow style. Set the mode to multiply. Color to 6B, 6B, 6B. Opacity to 51%. Uncheck the Use Global Light option again. Set the angle to -45 degrees. Set the distance to 6 pixels. Set the choke to 45%. Size to 5 pixels. And check the Anti-Aliased option. Now check the Color Overlay style. Here set the blending mode to Overlay. Color to 224D66. And opacity to 80%. Check the Pattern Overlay style. Set the blend mode to normal, opacity to 100%, and pattern to denim texture. Also set the scale to 50%. Lastly, we are going to add the drop shadow style to this layer, so check the drop shadow style from here. Set the blend mode to multiply, color to black, opacity to 80%, uncheck the Use Global Light option, set the angle to 90 degrees, distance to 2 pixels, spread to 0%, and size to 3 pixels. Also check the Anti-Aliased option. Now we are going to style the main jeans layer. So select the jeans base layer in the Layers panel, right-click on this layer and choose Blending Options. Check the stroke style, set the stroke to 15 pixels, position to outside, and choose OK. Then right-click on this layer and choose Convert to Smart Object. Right-click on this layer again and choose Blending Options. First, we are going to add the Bevel and Emboss style. Set the style to Inner Bevel, Technique to Smooth, Depth to 100%, Direction to Up, Size to 49 pixels, Soften to 0 pixels. Again, we are going to uncheck the Use Global Light option, set the angle to 180 degrees, altitude to 30 degrees, and check the Anti-Aliased option. Now set the highlight mode to color dodge, set the color to white, and set the opacity to 30%. Then set the shadow mode to linear burn, color to black, and opacity to 30%. Select the inner shadow style. Here, set the blend mode to multiply, color to 7A, 7A, 7A. Uncheck the Use Global Light option. Set the angle to 132 degrees, distance to 0 pixels, stroke to 18%, size to 35 pixels, and check the Anti-Aliased option. Now select the Inner Glow style. Here we are going to set the blending mode to Linear Burn, opacity to 24%, color to 6A, 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 technique to Softer, source to Edge, stroke to 60%, size to 38 pixels, and we are going to check the Anti-Aliased option here as well. Select the Setting style, set the blend mode to Linear Burn, color to black, opacity to 30%, angle to 0 degrees, distance to 45 pixels, size to 46 pixels. Also check the Anti-Aliased and Invert options here, and change the contour to Gaussian. Now select the Color Overlay. Set the blend mode to Overlay, color to 224D66, and opacity to 80%. Select the Pattern Overlay style. Here set the blending mode to Normal, opacity to 100%, pattern to denim texture that we created, and scale to 50%. Now select the Drop Shadow style. Set the blending mode to Multiply, color to black, opacity to 36%, uncheck the Use Global Light option, set the angle to 105 degrees, distance to 9 pixels, spread to 11%, size to 8 pixels, and again check the Anti-Aliased option. Lastly, we are going to check the texture style for this layer as well. So set the pattern to denim texture, scale to 50%, and depth to 95%. After that, choose OK. Now we are going to add some stitch to the text effect. So go to the Layer, New, Layer to create a new layer, and name it Stitch. Then Control-click on the Jeans base layer thumbnail to make a selection of this layer, and go to the Select, Modify, Contract, and set the contract by to 24 pixels. Now select the Paths panel and click on the Make Work Path from Selection icon. Now when we have turned our selection to a path, select the brush tool by hitting B on your keyboard, or you can also select it from here, and choose the Jeans Stitch brush from the link. Right-click on the work path and choose Stroke Path. Set the tool to Brush and choose OK. Now you can press Delete on your keyboard to delete the path. Now get back to the Layers panel and select the Stitch layer. Right-click on this layer and choose Blending options. Select the Bevel and Emboss style. Here set the style to Pilo Emboss. Technique to Smooth. Depth to 200%. Direction to Up. Size to 9 pixels. Soften to 5 pixels. Make sure that the Use Global Light option is unchecked, and then set the angle to 90 degrees and altitude to 30 degrees. Here we're going to use default settings. Just make sure to select the Anti-Aliased option and set the highlight mode to Linear Dodge. Make sure to set the color to white and opacity to 24%. Then set the shadow mode to Linear Burn. Make sure the color is set to black and opacity to 18%. Now we need to add one more style, so check the Color Overlay style. Here we are going to set the blend mode to Normal, color to D19F5F, and we are going to bring up the opacity to 100%. Now you can click on the Stop button in the Actions panel to stop recording the action. This is our final result, and now we have our action ready for the next use. I hope you understood everything. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out the written version of this tutorial on Envato Tuts Plus. I'm Marco and thank you for watching.